Hey guys, what's going on? Ghost Dragon 1182 back for another coffee talk, and in this one I want to talk about some stuff that Nintendo announced at their Nintendo Direct the other day. The important one being that in the 3DS version of Hyrule Warriors, which I believe is called Hyrule Warriors Legend, they are introducing a female Link called Linkle. Now, concept art for this character has existed since before the Nintendo Wii version of the game came out, and it was something that they toyed around with and ultimately left out of the game. Now, there's many aspects of this announcement that I want to talk about. First and foremost, it's just a bonus character, which is fine. I have no issues with the female Link. I think the name's kind of stupid. They could have put a little bit more effort into coming up with a name for her, but I mean, for what they're doing with her and having her in the game, that's cool. I'm kind of disappointed that the bonus characters that are going to be in the 3DS version are not coming to the Wii U version, but it is what it is. Now, here's the thing about this whole female Link thing. One thing that always kind of bugs me about it when it gets brought up in conversations is people will talk about that the Legend of Zelda series could benefit from having a female Link to change up this franchise and have a female protagonist and everything like that. I have no issues with that concept whatsoever. I think if they ever do make a main entry into the series with the female protagonist, that's perfectly fine. However, my issue is with simply gender swapping Link. I don't understand why everybody's clamoring to have a gender swapped Link in a main entry in the franchise when you could have a perfectly capable female protagonist in the form of Princess Zelda. But these people that are clamoring for having a female Link, here's the problem. First, I remember there was a tweet by Feminist Frequency that said that here's a great article from Bob Chipman about why the Legend of Zelda series could benefit from having a female protagonist, blah, 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 blah. And immediately, I don't know if it was the same day or not, but shortly after the announcement of Linkle in Hyrule Warriors Legends, she's retweeting that all Linkle is a Ms. Male character, which I fucking knew that's what was going to happen, because you can't please these assholes. They will always find something to complain about and nitpick about. And I don't know if any of you follow her, but the indie gamer chick summed it up best with a tweet that says, "Link is a mute whose only job in life is to do all the hard work nobody else can be bothered to. A girl clone of that will not go over well." And she's absolutely right. Feminists and these social justice warriors are going to lose their shit if there's an exact clone of Link in a main entry in the Zelda franchise. They will lose their fucking shit. And like I said, I can't stress this point enough. I don't understand why everybody wants to gender swap or race swap all these characters. And this goes beyond the whole female Link thing. When they were casting the new Peter Parker for the inclusion of Spider-Man in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, everybody was going off about they need a Peter Parker, they just cast another white kid. Yeah, because Peter Parker's white. I would not have been opposed to the idea of having Miles Morales to kind of vary it up a little bit. We've seen Peter Parker enough, but this whole shit where people are like, well, they should have cast a black kid as Peter Parker. No, instead of casting a black kid as Peter Parker, they should have cast a black kid to play Miles fucking Morales. This whole gender swapping and race swapping of established characters, to me, it just comes across as fucking lazy. Where the creative energy used to just, there is no creative energy to just change the color of an established character's skin or change their gender. Take some time and exert some creativeness to make a new original character of a different color or a different gender, and give them traits that aren't based upon the traits of somebody else. Because here's what's going to happen. It's going to be just like this whole Linkle thing. People are just going to bitch that all they did was swap the gender, swap the color, but they're the same fucking character. And it's going to happen every time that this gets brought up or this gets done. And it's just, like I said, it's just so lazy. And these people that are bitching, like, that they need to have more diverse characters in gaming. I agree. I mean, they do need more diverse characters in gaming and comic books, media in general. But just swapping their race and their gender, to me, is just the laziest fucking way to approach the situation. It shows no creativity. And then basically what you're doing is you're just inciting these people to say, well, they just put the attributes of a white male onto a black character or a female character or whatever. If these things would be done for a real, genuine reason to, it would feel more organic and it would feel more natural. When companies change characters just to cave into these social justice warriors or public demand or whatever, then it just feels forced and artificial. And, I mean, really, that's all I can say on the subject at hand without just talking in circles. I think I've made my point, in my opinion, in a pretty concise manner. So I'm not going to ramble on and on about this. It's just something that, like I said, as a bonus character, I see nothing wrong with it. But if they were ever to try to implement Linkle as the playable protagonist and main entry in the series, I think they're making a terrible, terrible mistake. Just because, like I said, you have a perfectly capable character within the game series already. Have Zelda be the protagonist. And I know people are going to be like, well, look at the Wanda Chameleon or whatever the fucking other Philips CDI games were. But Nintendo really didn't have any input on those fucking games. They just handed them the license, and some terrible, terrible games were made. That's not to be... I don't think that should be used as an indication as to what kind of quality you would have from a game where Zelda is the playable character. But at any rate, guys, I'm going to wrap this one up here. And like always, I want to thank you all for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.